This is omega-3 because I don't eat enough algae. I don't know. I don't eat enough nori sheets because that's the only way that I would get it without having to like supplement it so that I get enough. Because I'm vegetarian and I don't eat fish, and I've been kind of having an identity crisis about it. So I have smoked salmon in my fridge and I haven't touched it in the 5 days that I've bought it since. Hi, this is a new video, my name is Luca, and I'm kind of a bit pissed at myself that I spent that much money on salmon. Any sort of meat is really, really expensive. Like, I don't know how people just like buy chicken and are like, this is chicken, this is nice. When I can get like the exact same thing, not the exact same thing, but like when I can get a vegan alternative for like under €1 if I like make it myself from flour with like the same amount of protein. Anyway, so I'm taking the omega-3s. And I'm having breakfast. My breakfast is banana bread. The banana bread that I have in the freezer. I make new banana bread every once in a while, and I just store it in the freezer. So I'm gonna finish having my breakfast and set up my journal, like my calendar thingy for the next 2 weeks. Because after the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be a new month, so I'm gonna have to set up a new month. So I'll be doing that, and then I'll see you guys again. I'm not quite sure what we have planned for today yet, apart from actually making the lasagna. So today we're gonna make lasagna, and I have 2 classes, and yeah, that's about it. Hi, I changed my clothing, and I had my breakfast, and I set up my bullet journal, and I put in all of the classes that I have this week, and I started writing a to-do list for today, and then I kind of gave up after I put in that I would like to edit a video, and that I would like to look at the lectures that I heard last week and like write like a little like summary of each of them. You know, so I don't have to struggle with that when exam time comes. Like, I'm just trying to make myself have less work then, because I am aware of the fact that most definitely, by the time that exam time rolls around, I will be stuck writing all of those summaries of the lectures that I heard, because I will, in fact, not actually do all of them, or even most of them. At least that's how it's been in the past, but we're trying to be different, we're trying to get better at that. We're trying to, like, make less work for our future selves. So that's why I would like to do that, but then it's Tuesday today, so technically my upload schedule is to upload something tomorrow, like on Wednesdays. And so I have 2 videos that are filmed that I'm okay with uploading. And I'm just gonna, like, I have one like vlog style video and one sit down video. So I'm just gonna edit at least one of them. The vlog style video is what I'm planning on editing. And if I manage to edit that, I get 10 points on my little motivation game that you can see over there. So that I actually do it, because otherwise my brain is just like, no, thank you. After I've edited that video, I am gonna make lasagna. Then after making the lasagna, like depending on when I make the lasagna, like it is 8:38 at the moment. So there's a chance that by 10 AM I'm done with this and I'm starting doing my lasagna, and my lasagna is in the oven, and then it's like 10:30, 11 AM when I have to wait for the lasagna to be baked. In that case, that's when I'll then do the classwork. Otherwise, I'll do some of it after my lunch, because at 2 PM I have to leave for my 2 classes today. This has been a catch-up, and I'll see you later. God. I have food. I have my lasagna, which is my lunch. I need to leave in about 55 minutes latest. So I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna talk to you for a bit. Now, this check-in, I wanted to do a reading check-in because I felt like I should. In last week's video, you heard me talk about the last few books that I've read, and I haven't finished a book since then, but after filming that video, I started reading Board Game Werewolf, which was like recommended to me like a year ago in a bookstore because I was like looking for fun queer books that like maybe not everyone has already heard about, and that person at the bookstore recommended me that book, so I bought it. And now I just picked it up. And at first, like, I read the first chapter, and at first I was like, not sure if I would like to read that, because, like, it seems to have, like, a lot of, like, hookup culture stuff, and, like, not so legal substances, and so on. And I was like, do I really want to read a story about someone, like, about a werewolf who's just, like, stereotypical gay college kid? Meaning, hooking up, like, every night and getting completely wasted every night. Do I want to read that? But like, it got better already in the first chapter, and I'm gonna give it a shot, and it seems to be getting interesting. We're gonna see which direction it's headed. Yeah. And so that's what I'm reading at the moment. Technically, I still have a few non-fictions like that I'm currently reading. Most of those I haven't picked up in like over 2 months, which is like mainly The Myth of Normal, because I haven't picked that up because I just, so far I'm like 120, 150 pages or something into it, and it's just like when I'm reading it, all my brain takes in is, look, here's a list of problems, and I'm not going to give you any actionable solutions for how you can deal with these problems. I'm just gonna give you more problems and more problems and more problems and tell you about how all of this stuff that you can't really like influence, or that you could influence but I'm not gonna tell you how, is gonna make you more sick, and is probably gonna like maybe cause you cancer because you're too stressed. But I'm not gonna tell you about like how stress management actually works, because that would be sad. Look, here's another study that found how people with suppressed anger are more likely to have cancer, and you're like, gee, thanks. Do you have like any solutions that like are more specific than this system doesn't work, we should change it? So I haven't picked that one up yet because like I don't feel like it. And I am very aware that the only reason I haven't DNF'd it yet is because of like the sunk cost fallacy. Meaning I've already put in X amount of time, energy, resources, whatever into this. I may as well finish it now, rather than going, I have invested all of that, yet I do not believe that it's gonna give me any valuable outcome, so I may as well stop wasting my energy now. Like, I may as well stop using the resources now. Not sure yet. I'm gonna continue with the Board Game Werewolf, because honestly, at the moment, I think I just need something that is, like, fun that I can read, and for the rest of the day, the plan is to just, like, eat my food, and then maybe, like, watch a YouTube video. So I'll be having food, watching YouTube, and then heading out to university, doing my 2 classes, and then seeing about, like, coming back here and hopefully, like, going to bed on time again. I'll see you later. I just left to go to the classes that I told you about, and I told you that I was going to see you afterwards. And last week, both of the classes that I had today, they're held by the same person, didn't take place because the lecturer, like the professor, was ill. And so I was like, yeah, he's probably fine again today, but let's just check online regardless. Just in case. Like, I don't want to have the same thing as last week where I show up to the class and no one else is there. Like, there's maybe 5 other people out of the, like, 400 people supposed to take, like, who are taking the class. It isn't cancelled, but it's being done online, and they're gonna have, like, just a live stream in the class, like in the lecture hall, so I can do it from home. Meaning, I'm now like way too warm at the moment because it's not that cold here, but I like put on the sweater because my room is heated more than the university because, well, it's large lecture halls, and even if they like try to heat it to like 20 degrees, all the heat just rises to the top, and where you're sitting, it doesn't, like, it's not warm. So yeah, this is fun. That means I can do a lot more because that means that I don't have the like hour commute. Technically it's only 45 minutes, but like I put in an hour so that in case I like miss a tram or something, it's fine. So I still have like over an hour now to do stuff. And then I have like an hour of like relaxation time afterwards that I'm not spending sitting on a tram trying to like go somewhere, like go home. And I have 30 minutes in between the classes. Technically it's only 15 minutes because one of the classes starts early. I will unwrap myself now. I'm not that far into it. Only about 60 pages. I'm on chapter 4 now. I read 2 more chapters. I am enjoying it. I think there might be some romance in it, but for now it's just friendship, and I'm enjoying the friendship part. I'm not enjoying the Tyler part, but I'm enjoying the friendship part. I have a class in 30 minutes, and now I'm in waiting mode for the class, so I'm gonna open up the little, like, the Zoom link, and yeah, we'll see. Does that? Yeah, that's better. God, look at my hair. I washed it yesterday in the morning. Hi, good morning. Happy Thursday. I don't think I filmed yesterday. Stuff has happened. Well, technically I had 3 classes yesterday that actually took place, and I went to the first one. And then the second one would have been online, like just recordings, and I was like, I can do that from home. I don't need to stay here. Because the last class that I have, I can do from home. I can just watch the recording. And I was bored and I wanted to listen to music, but I didn't want to listen to music because I kind of wanted to read something, but I also didn't want to read the fiction book that I had started. We're gonna have to talk about this. So I started listening to the 5th book in the, what's the series called? In the Bridgerton series. I think it's like To Sir Philip, Love Eloise or something. I don't know, listen to it in German. I just finished that book today. It's like nearly 12 hours long. I didn't do a lot yesterday because I left the university after I had lunch with a person that was in my first class, like at the cafeteria, and then I just sat on the tram and I listened to it, and I came home and I continued listening to it, and all I did in the entire afternoon was just listen to that book, sometimes gag because, please, someone tell me, are those sexual scenes in those Bridgerton books, are they hot? Does anyone go, oh my god, yes? Because to me, they're disgusting. To me, every time something like that comes on, I'm like, if I were reading this physically, I would skim through it just to see if there's anything important, because I know that she likes putting her, I know that Julia Quinn tends to put these really important emotional things into those really explicit sex scenes, and I just can't. I just can't. It makes me sit there and go, ugh. I don't know. Do people actually feel this way? Do people read that and go, yeah, I'd want that? Is my reaction the weird one? Or does everyone look at that and go, you could have just left it out, you could have just said that I had sex and this is what happened, but without the sexual stuff? Just do it closed door. Gotta talk to you about Bored Gay Werewolf. I am honestly thinking of DNFing it at this point, because I'm 120 something pages in, 126 pages. I'm on chapter 8, and I dislike the turn it's been taking, because I don't know, I'm pretty sure I told you that I enjoy the main character and he's nice, and I find the like two best friends, like they aren't really best friends or something. I find them nice, and I don't like the, is he called Tony? Tyler. I don't like the Tyler guy. I understand the themes that it explores, but like in a weird way. So now our main character, Brian, is a werewolf. You can know that from the blurb. And he meets this guy, Tyler, who's also a werewolf, and he's like an alpha dude, but like it kind of makes more sense because like he is a literal werewolf. But I was like looking at the Tyler guy and I was like, please tell me it's not going into the direction that I think it might be going into. Yeah, I'm on chapter 8. Like I'm 7 chapters in. I have read 7 chapters, and Brian is just a complete asshole. Like he was a nice guy, like not nice guy TM, but like he was a genuinely okay guy who like maybe like would help him to work out a bit more or something, and like maybe he could use a bit more drive. But like now he's in that toxic relationship, like where Tyler is his mentor and doesn't take any sort of criticism, and Brian is literally risking his job, and there we go. We're not gonna finish that book. I'm done. I want something that excites me, and I want a book that makes me happy when reading it and that I don't dread picking up. We get to pick a new book. I have some on my Kobo, and I should check something. I will be right back. Hi, I'm back. I found a Christmas reading list thingsy that I might want to do, but I'm not quite sure. Oh god, I just looked into the sun and now I have the green dots every time I blink. It's getting better now. So I was just here trying to figure out what I'm gonna read next, and I kind of had already settled on the spell shop, but I wasn't quite sure like when I could get that book and so on, like find it online, etc. So I wanted to like place it on the up next file, like on the up next pile, like how the Storygraph has like your TBR and an up next thing, so you can like put the books there like that you would like to keep in mind that like this is the stuff that you're planning on reading in the next 5 books that you're reading or something. And I placed that there and it gave an issue. Like it did not like, it was like, oh, adding. And then was adding for like 5 more minutes, and I reloaded the page and it didn't work. And was like, hey, something went wrong. And I was like, shit, let me just look at the app. And the app said, hey, something went wrong. And now I get the lovely thing that says that the host, like app.thestorygraph.com, is returning an unknown error. And the website is down, basically. Hi, you're gonna have to spend time with me. We have 40 minutes before I need to leave for class. And I was technically planning on like doing some classwork, but then I closed the window because I wanted to do it while standing up. And I have this little dragon statue sitting on my windowsill, and I closed the window and I thought it wasn't gonna hit it, and then it fell. And like, okay, in the past, you see here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a little thing in here that isn't covered, because this wing already broke off in the past. And yeah, I found some of the pieces, but most definitely not all of them. One of his feet broke off. So I don't want to ruin this table, because in contrast to the other one, this is actually my table. Come on. Meaning the other one has a bit of glue on it. But I didn't mind because it's on my table. And it's something that just happens, but like this table, nothing happened to it so far, so I want to keep that the same. So we're just gonna take a bit of paper and I'm gonna change the camera angle so that you can actually see what I'm doing. And I think I'm gonna be doing this while standing up. Also makes the camera angling a bit easier. Gonna hold you here while this goes up. The only reason why I decided to like close the window is because my standing desk is it's just a little bit taller than the bottom of the window, so it would knock against it. and then like automatically use the safety function to like, go down again, and I don't want that. I'm back. It's late. My head hurts, like very much. It is Thursday. It's still Thursday. I think I talked to you earlier today about books. Storygraph is online again. At least that's what I've seen, but I haven't really like done anything other than like tracking my current read. So, turns out, earlier today I was on like page 180 or something of The Myth of Normal, and I think my brain is just different today than it has been the last couple of times when I picked the book up, because I read in it during my 2 tram rides, like one to university, one from university, and I'm now on page 219. So that's like nearly 40 pages in this book. That's a lot. And I don't even feel like I want to stop reading it, like it's actually interesting. So I'm hoping that we're gonna get somewhere with this. I'm now gonna get water because I'm really thirsty and my head hurts like a lot. And then we're gonna see if it's not gonna go away, then we're gonna just lie in bed, read, and take some pain meds. I already feel a bit better. I'll see you in a sec while I like arrive, and then I'm gonna talk to you a bit more. I have collected myself. My headache is not as bad. And I have not decided what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. I'd like to do something fun, but I also have barely any energy. Feel a bit dizzy. And I'm like moving in between continuing to read this book because I can, and because I don't hate it at the moment, and like that's a good thing. Reading the book that I downloaded onto my Kobo, that I like read the first page of and was like, yeah, that's a vibe. Or listening to the audiobook. The audiobook is another non-fiction. It's, what is it called? Greater Than the Sum of Our Parts. And it's more like a course where you kind of have to like put an hour a time at a side. Like you need to use an hour at a time because it's like kind of exercises and stuff. So I'm unsure about that. I want to do that because I have time at the moment and I think I have the energy to do stuff, and I think I might actually like, it might actually do something for me at the moment. But yeah, we'll see. I think I'll do the audiobook thing, and if I don't vibe with it, then I'm just gonna read something else. I will talk to you later or tomorrow because I'm not gonna film that. Hi. So, I decided, you know what I'm doing? This doesn't even feel bad. I got 31% into it. I started it reading January 27th, and I'm DNFing it. This is nice, I think. Do I need to add an explanation? It doesn't resonate at all with me personally. Like, I picked it up over and over and over again, but I think it just doesn't work for me. Like, this book specifically, not necessarily IFS. I personally, when I like do IFS just by myself, because you're supposed to do it with a therapist, because like, you know, I use the IFS bot. I think he's called Buddy or something. I don't know. I'll link him down below. I feel good about myself. I've started this book in January. and I finally DNF'd it. I got 30% into it in like 9 months of actively like listening to it. A third, like 30%. That's not even a third. I literally listened to this book that is like 7-8 hours long for 2 hours and 7 minutes in 9 months. You know, like, especially if we compare this to a 12-hour book that I'm able to listen to within like 24 hours. And an 8-hour book that I haven't even gone halfway through. Like, that I haven't even gotten a third through in 9 months. Like, in that time you can grow a fucking human. Anyway, I'm so glad we're getting rid of stuff. We're trying out new stuff or trying again old stuff. And we're getting rid of the stuff that doesn't work. This is good. I'll be eating my dinner now. It's 8 p.m. It's about an hour later. Hi. I checked in with you. I am checking in with you. I read 55 pages in the spell shop. Like the one that I got this morning. And I enjoy it so far. And I understand the character flaws, but they make me upset. Because she has nice stuff, the main character. And she's just bitchy to people because she hasn't talked to a human being in 3 weeks, and now she got to talk to like 10 human beings in 1 day and is completely overwhelmed. Yeah. I understand it, I feel her, but that is not nice. I enjoy it. It's really nice. It is rather cozy so far. I'm looking forward to reading more of it. I'm now gonna take my melatonin, brush my teeth, head to bed, maybe read a little more while I'm in bed, but that's about it. And I have to put in my reading thingies in my Storygraph app. I will talk to you tomorrow. Hi. It is like nearly 1 p.m, like it's 12:59 at the moment, and I finished reading The Spell Shop. Like I was reading it in the morning for like the 2 hours between me waking up and me needing to leave to go to university with just like a little break for like brushing my teeth and packing my stuff, like 15 minutes or something. And I read on the tram to university, and then I had a class. And then I read for half of the class because I was just zoning out thinking about the book, and I didn't, like, I took about as much in from the class when I was reading the book versus when I wasn't reading the book, so I was like, may as well read. I read in the cafeteria while having lunch, and I read on the way, like, back home, and then I just continued reading at home. And now I finished it, and I really love it, and I would highly recommend it because, like, in the cozy fantasy genre, it's gorgeous. Like, it doesn't have no stakes. It has some stakes, but it's gorgeous. And it has, like, a romantic subplot that is, like, nice, and I enjoy it. And it's not, like, weird and icky. It was cute! I liked it. I don't know how many stars I would give it because I don't like star ratings because all the star ratings that I ever give or 5-star or like 4.5 and above star ratings because I only ever rate books that I really, really, really enjoyed. Yeah. God. I'm gonna mark it as finished on the Goodreads. I need to find a new book because that was gorgeous, and I want more of that flavor. I just want more. I want more cozy stuff. And I want more magical creatures, and honestly, I want more talking plants. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. This has been an update. Hi, we're back. I started charging the camera, and it will record while it's being charged. I'm gonna do my stuff now.
I'm so glad I did that because I finished the crochet part like 5 days ago or something, and I was really dreading, like, I really wanted to avoid this being one of the projects that I just stare at for like months and never finish. And now it is completely done. Sushi bowl. Ta-da! Now it has black sesame seeds on it. I'm gonna eat now. I hope you enjoyed the video. We did a lot. Like a lot. We DNF'd 2 books that I wasn't enjoying. We read 2 books that I enjoyed very much. I started reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I just started that in the last 5 hours. We completely finished my crochet blanket. We made food and we went to university. Though you didn't see that. This has been a good week. Like, this has been a good week. There weren't too many mental breakdowns. This is amazing. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me. And if you did, consider subscribing to like maybe spend more time with me in the future or just like return here. Let me know if you have any book recommendations that are like The Spell Shop down in the comments below. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.